good afternoon, and welcome back to the Kinokast Prologue. You know, it's been a long day, I'm tired, and a lot happened, and I cannot wait to tell you about it on this episode of the Kinokast Prologue. I think the best place to start any story is from the beginning. Today I woke up at, I believe, 8 in the morning, and my day was already on a fast track to starting down a fun line. I did your usuals. I had a shower, I made tea, and I enjoyed some relaxing music before I started my day in earnest. Afterwards, around 9 o'clock I should say, I checked my phone and I realized, damn, I finally got my first paycheck for work. So I went on a journey. First and foremost, I walked to the bank to transfer the funds from my Rapid Pay card to my bank account. There was a slight chance that could have gone awry for a variety of reasons, but lucky for both of us, that just didn't happen. So afterwards, I made my way over to Giant, and oh boy, let me tell you, I've been waiting for this day for so long, a couple weeks to be precise. Finally, I was able to buy groceries, all the things I need to last me for however long it will last me. Oh boy, I got all the essentials. I got things like breakfast croissants. I got myself some pork roll. I got myself some eggs, some cheese, some french fries, some spinach. All the things you could ever want. Apples. It was amazing. I feel so empowered. Tomorrow morning, I'm finally going to have breakfast for the first time in forever, and I cannot wait for it. Of course, the walk back from the grocery store was not fun. Because if you didn't know, I always walk to and from the grocery store. 1, because my bike doesn't work, and 2, because I refuse to use Instacart where they would deliver groceries to me, because in my mind, going to get my groceries and coming back is exercise of some sort, you know? Sure, the walk there might not be that bad, but on the walk back I have to carry so many groceries, and it's heavy, and it's tiring, and I get sweaty, and it's horrible. It's not fun at all, and honestly, I hate it. But that's fine, because afterwards I came home, and I put away all my groceries, and I had a few minutes of respite to breathe, relax, and make some tea. Afterwards, you know what I did. It's very predictable of me at this point. It finally struck noon, and I knew that meant it was time to go to the tea shop. And oh boy, go to the tea shop did I do. When I went to the tea shop today, I had a vanilla chai iced, which was different from what I normally do, but let me tell you, it was a good time. I enjoyed it. It wasn't bad at all, actually. And after I had the vanilla iced chai, I believe I had a jasmine dragon, hot this time, and oh boy, I always enjoy me a nice jasmine dragon. I don't have it often, as I'm trying to have less jasmine, as jasmine was what I always had my entire life, and now I'm trying to explore new avenues, but going back always gives me nice memories and a beautiful taste. And Tracy was there today, which was shocking to me, because I knew that Tracy, the female old Chinese lady who half owns the shop, usually works at the King of Prussia location, so I never get to see her, which is too bad, because we get along really well. Her son's girlfriend was there too, and that's always nice. We had a nice conversation, I relaxed. I told them how I was doing, and they told me how they were doing. It was really nice. And afterwards, I bought a fuck ton of tea, because of course I did. And let me tell you, all the tea I bought, I got 6 tins in total. I got a nice Irish breakfast, which has Assam, Ceylon, and Cumin black tea in it. I got Dragonwell, which is always amazing, a really nice green tea that I like having every now and then. Next, I got Darjeeling, a nice black tea that grows, I believe, in a place that is definitely not China, although please don't ask me where it actually grows because I have no clue. I'm sorry for me not being well aware enough. Next, I got a lovely hojicha, which I always loved having in store and having it at home sounds really nice. It is only about 1.5 ounces, which doesn't seem like a lot, especially for $10.50. Although all the tins cost $3, I believe. So if I bring them in to be refilled, then all the teas will be $3 less, and that's really nice. Next, I got Kimen Panda, which is, I know for a fact, it's a Chinese tea, most likely grown in some place called Kimen, assumedly, because that's how most Chinese teas are named, but don't quote me on that, because I definitely do not know for absolutely certain. And the final tea I got is a really nice tea, 2.5 ounces for $13, a beautiful samurai sencha, which is really nice, because I can always use more sencha in my life. I know the store doesn't carry that much sencha, because apparently sencha doesn't sell as well as other teas do, which is sad, because I'm a big sencha fan. I have a book on sencha that David lent me, and gosh darn is it just unfortunate. But on the bright side, because I do have samurai sencha, I can brew it in my kyusu, which is a Japanese way of brewing tea. It's a nice clay pot I have with a handle on it. Boy is it beautiful, and boy can I not wait to use it. This episode of Kinokast Prologue Commercial Time is about to be a little bit different than what you're used to. Instead of having a real commercial for a real thing at a real time, I'm gonna do none of that whatsoever, and instead sing a song of my own creation, obviously, based on no song other whatsoever. And that song is the 50 States of the United States of America in alphabetical order. Oh my god, let's listen to it! Alabama and Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California and Colorado, Connecticut and Delaware, Florida and Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois and Indiana, Iowa, Kansas too, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine and Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska and Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico and New York, North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma and Oregon and Pennsylvania, Rhode Island and South Carolina, South Dakota too, Tennessee and Texas, Utah and Vermont, Virginia, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, and finally there's the one that we all call Wyoming. I hope you enjoyed the song, I put some heart into it, and now I'm done, so please buzz off, I'm not gonna sing again. But that's really all I have to say about the tea. I don't want to carry that on too long. After I got my tea, I left around 1:20. Usually, I leave the tea shop around 1:30, 1:35 to go to work, so I had to leave a bit early because I needed to make my way to the music store to buy a pop filter. So I sauntered on over to Taylor's Music. Sadly, when I got to Taylor's Music, I learned something tragic. Apparently, despite them almost never selling any pop filters because they're not that popular, the only pop filter they had in the store sold 5 minutes before I walked in. How the fuck does that happen? I don't know, but it frustrated me and upset me because I'm personally tired of having all these pops in my audio. Because I know it's not fun for you, and it's not fun for me because I know I'm giving out a worse product, and overall, it's just a negative experience. But whatever. I thought to myself, whatever, it's fine. Next, I walked on over, right across the street, I walked on over to a place called Griffin's. Hey Griffin, how you doing? Anyway, at Griffin's, it's a coffee shop, and I heard that they are desperate for employees. And I thought to myself, damn, I want to work in a tea shop. Well, I want to own a tea shop in the future. And although this is not a tea shop, it's just a coffee shop, that's a very similar field, and if I can get experience there now, then it can definitely help me for the future. So I went on over, and I was like, hey, I heard you're hiring. And they're like, yeah, we're hiring. And they handed me a paper application, because they do that, which is nice, because personally, I'm not a fan of online applications, but that doesn't matter right now. Sadly, I was on a time crunch, so I told them that I would bring it in tomorrow. My plan, while bringing it in tomorrow, is to be like, hey, can I have an interview right now? Although, in order to do that, I would need to print out my resume, of course. And damn, I mean, I have my printer, but that's gonna take a whole setup thing and Wi-Fi and shit to get it up and operating again. I don't even know if I have paper in there, and possibly in the move, it's very possible the ink could have popped or whatever, and I don't know, whatever. At the very least, tomorrow I can go on in and be like, hey, here's my application. Sadly, I have a very busy schedule and I'm not available for interviews unless they're scheduled. So let me know when you want me to come in for an interview, and then we can do that whole thing. That's the plan. And of course, because I have a tendency to dress nicely, I think I have a high chance of getting hired, especially considering me mentioning that I have a goal of being in the industry in the future. I think that might give me an impression of being someone who has a goal in mind, instead of being someone who's just looking for a paycheck because they can't find a job. That's a distinction that I think makes a big difference with some people. So to make a long story short, I went in there, I got a paper application, and I left. Afterwards, because it was on the way to work, I stopped by Westchester Music, the other music store in town. I thought, surely, if Taylor's doesn't have a pop filter, these guys have to have one. And I went there, and it turned out that very soon they are supposed to be getting some pop filters in, but it just so happened that they just didn't quite have them yet, which is annoying, because I wanted to have it to record tonight. But that's not a big deal. I'm not mad. I don't care. I'm not frustrated. It doesn't matter. It's fine. Don't worry about it. So after that brief disappointment, I went to work and I did my whole shift. There's not much to talk about work anymore. It's the same shit every day. Some days are quite easy and fun, and some days are painfully slow, and some days are so fucking busy that I want to blow my fucking head off. Somehow tonight ended up being a lot of those in one, and I'm not sure how that happens, but it did happen, so whatever. After that, I got off work, and I came home, and here I am now, at 9:49 p.m., on August 14th, 2020. Isn't that fun? Now I can relax. Another thing that I failed to mention was the fact that I finally bought Filmora 9, the video editor. I can't say for sure whether or not tonight's episode is going to have anything that different or special about it, especially considering the fact that all there is just a static photo and audio on it, but I might be able to figure something out. At the very least, I have more freedom with small details that I like to control. So we'll see how that goes. Damn, I did not realize that I was going to be able to talk about my day for that long. It's honestly surprising, to say the least. But not unfortunate. It's a very good thing, in fact. Obviously, I try not to spend every podcast prologue talking about my day in very explicit detail. And obviously, I only do that when I know that I don't have much to talk about in the current day. But it's fine. It's cool. I don't really care personally. That's another thing that I do a lot. I drag out my sentences and add pointless things that don't change the topic whatsoever. Why am I so horrible? Oh, I hope to God I'm not like this on the actual podcast that'll be happening in some time. I'm not sure of. Soon, for sure. Next couple weeks, probably. It's a bit scary to think about, but I am definitely beginning to have the things I need to make it a reality. One thing that I need to make it a reality that I'm working on right now, actually, and talking to the person who I need to talk to, is new art for the podcast. Nothing crazy, just art of me. You know, I think I might have explained it before, and I don't feel like going into too much detail about it now. You can just see it when it becomes a reality. But I'm pretty excited for it. I don't know exactly what it's gonna look like. And I think I might want something specialized for the profile picture, something like an icon or generic thing that can be on every episode, but also change slightly to show that it's a different episode. I'm thinking about stuff. I'm not entirely sure. I'll look on Fiverr or something to see what artists who know about this shit can do. We'll see what happens. Best case scenario, tomorrow I go to the farmer's market, which I didn't mention before, but tomorrow I'm going to the farmer's market early in the morning. I'm getting my tea. I'm turning in the application to Griffin's. And then I'm gonna go to the music shop, the Westchester music shop, and see if they got the pop filter in. If they did, that's amazing. And tomorrow's episode will most likely be Quiet Phone. Tomorrow's episode will most likely have 0, or at least very few pops in it. And it'll just be better overall. We'll see what happens. I am immensely looking forward to it. And if I don't get the pop filter, it'll be unfortunate, but it's not a huge loss because I can get it within the next few days. So it really seems like as soon as I got my paycheck, everything started going the right way for me, and I hope it continues to do so. After I'm done uploading this video, which hopefully will be sooner than most of the episodes, because I actually started recording as soon as I got home because I want to get in the habit of doing that. So it'll be up earlier, and then I can take a shower, I can eat food, I can make tea. I'll probably make, what will I make? Hojicha is what I'll make, I've decided just now. And that'll be fun. But with that being said, it has been a fun episode, but I'm out of things to say, and I'm looking forward to taking care of the things I have to take care of. So, with that being said, I hope you all have a wonderful night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.